What's up, YouTube? What's happening? Give a shout out to Harvard University because they going to stand up to that idiot Trump and his bullying tactics. They are not going to succumb to his tactics because they say he going to freeze their money. They don't need his money. They got enough to go along with their school. You know, his agenda with DEI and other incentives which are to be divisive, which is what he's pulling and promoting, and people who are in denial, who don't want to tell the truth about the Jim Crow agenda, what he's putting down. Who would have thought that an Ivy League school, an Ivy League school is clapping back and saying, we not that white. We not going to dance for that. We're going to defend ourselves. We got a backbone and we got a battery in our back and it's charged right on to Harvard. I never thought I'd see the day that I would clap for an Ivy League school, a preppy school. But I got to give Harvard their due. They're not putting up with Trump's bullying and his tactics and his foolishness, which is divisive and detrimental. They are not going for it. Now, other people need to get on code. Costco did. Glad to see an Ivy League school that has the bag, that has the respect, that has the credentials. They're not going to succumb to what he's trying to put down. Because they are saying, now, regardless if you can afford to go there or not, it's another story. Regardless if you think much about them is another story. Obviously, I know how they were built. And these Ivy League schools are basically plantations. I mean, that's how it is. However, just for a moment of clarity and maybe in a make-believe, I'm glad that they actually stood up against what he's putting down. Because the audacity. You know, it's bad enough in Florida when they pushed it where they didn't want certain cultures about African-American culture taught until you get to college. But then you get somebody come along that wants to try to whitewash everything on the grand level. But when you got the bag, you can combat the situation. See, this is the problem. People got to understand where they put their money, where their mouth is. And if you really got a backbone, you got a battery in there, you're not going to go for what he's putting down. You aren't going to go for it. So I'm not going to ever be no fan of Ivy Leagues or nothing like that. But I'm going to tell you something. I like what they said. I like how they clap back. I like Harvard clapping back at Trump and his agenda because they don't have to sit down and put their head between their legs and roll over and be like, okay, well, we won't upset the cart. No, if you got money, money matches money. That's what people got to realize.